This is military vehicles. Here's our title page. It is written by Emma Bassier and it's published by DiscoverPal. Here's our table of contents. We have 4 chapters and some information at the end. Chapter 1, Military Vehicles in Action. A soldier drives a tank into battle. Another soldier controls the tank's main gun. He looks at a screen to aim. Then a bullet from an enemy gun hits the tank, but the bullet bounces off the tank. The tank has thick armor. This hard layer protects the soldiers inside. So here's the caption for this picture. It says, one common U.S. tank fires rounds at speeds of more than 3,500 miles per hour. Tanks are important for battles on the ground. These vehicles carry machine guns and cannons. Militaries also use many other vehicles. Most of these vehicles have armor. Some have weapons too, but militaries do not use all vehicles for combat. This caption says, Russia has more tanks than any other country in the world. In 2018, Russia had more than 15,000 tanks. Did you know? In 2018, the U.S. military had more than 38,000 armored combat vehicles. That was more than any other country. So there's those tanks from Russia. Support vehicles are not armored with weapons at all. They help soldiers complete other tasks. Some support vehicles deliver supplies. Some carry soldiers. Others help soldiers explore land or look for enemy troops. And this caption says, a U.S. support vehicle loads a container of supplies. This vehicle can carry more than 35,000 pounds. Chapter 2, History of Military Vehicles. The United Kingdom built the first armored vehicle in 1900. It was a steam engine on wheels. It carried supplies. Soon after, other countries built armored cars. Some of these had guns. So here's the caption on this interesting picture right here. In 1899, an inventor built a 4-wheeled bicycle with a machine gun attached. Did you know? Many ancient armies used chariots pulled by horses. Riders fought with bows and arrows. In World War I, which was 1914 to 1918, vehicles needed to be able to move over trenches. For this reason, militaries created tanks. Tanks used tracks instead of wheels. The tracks could grip rough ground, and a tank's gun could spin in a circle. It could fire in any direction. And the caption on this says, the United Kingdom built the first tank in 1915. It was called Little Willie. See that? There's Little Willie. The caption on this says, a tank crosses a trench during World War I. See how that works, crossing the trench? Did you know? The first tanks were slow. They could move at a speed of only 4 miles per hour. During World War II, which was 1939 to 1945, countries used faster tanks with stronger weapons. Armor improved too. At first, tank armor was made only with steel. In the 1970s, armies added ceramic layers. This armor was even stronger. This says, during World War II, Germany's tanks were more powerful than any others. These tanks were called Panzers. So there's a German Panzer. Excuse me. The caption on this one reads, the M1 Abrams was one of the first U.S. tanks to have ceramic in its armor. Military vehicles timeline. Timeline is another good feature of information text. 1800s, bicycles are used in war in Europe. 1900, the UK military builds the first armored vehicle. 1915, the UK military builds the first tank. 1970s, people use ceramic layers to make stronger tank armor. 1980, the U.S. military starts using M1 Abrams tanks. In 2018, militaries begin working on a new family of vehicles. So, let's see, you can see all those pictures. There's the bicycles they used. There's the tank. There's the new vehicle. Chapter 3, Military Vehicles Today. The U.S. Army's main tank is the M1 Abrams. Its engine is more than 10 times stronger than that of an average car. The tank can hit targets as it moves. It aims with sensors and computers. And here is an illustration with the labels, so it tells you what the parts are. So parts of an M1 Abrams tank: machine gun, turret, main gun, track, and hull. The Striker is another type of combat vehicle. It is similar to a tank, but it uses wheels instead of tracks. So the caption on this reads, the U.S. military began using Strikers in 2001. The Striker can move quickly in cities and tight spaces. It can also carry soldiers. By land and sea. Amphibious vehicles can fight on land and in water. They often face combat near shores. These vehicles carry soldiers from ships onto land. They can travel 8 miles per hour in the water. On land, they can drive 20 to 45 miles per hour. So those are amphibious vehicles. They go from the water to the land. Many support vehicles carry soldiers or supplies. Humvees can carry loads in jungles or deserts. Wreckers bring back destroyed vehicles. They use cranes to pull vehicles stuck in mud or snow. Other vehicles can even carry tanks. So this says, did you know the buffalo has strong armor and a long metal arm? It clears mines and other explosives. So that's the buffalo. To clear mines. This caption says, 3 M1 Abrams tanks weigh as much as an average house. Chapter 4, The Future of Military Vehicles. Militaries are designing new vehicles to help in even more situations. One is the Lynx KF-41. Soldiers can add or remove parts of this vehicle. They can change it from a tank into a support vehicle. And the caption on this one says, soldiers can change the Lynx KF-41 into 5 different vehicles. Militaries are finding many new ways to collect information. Vehicles are equipped with powerful cameras and sensors. These sensors gather lots of information. Onboard computers help organize this information. Some computers even help vehicles complete tasks on their own. And the caption on this photo says, "The U.S. military uses computers to connect tanks on the battlefield. Soldiers in one tank can know what soldiers in the other tanks know." So they're all connected by computer. Unmanned vehicles have no soldiers inside them. Soldiers use computers to control them from a safe distance. Unmanned vehicles can scout dangerous areas. They can go ahead of vehicles that carry soldiers. So the caption on this picture says, "A soldier steers an unmanned vehicle using a computer." And the caption on this vehicle says, "A vehicle drives without any soldiers at the wheel." See, nobody's driving. Did you know unmanned vehicles can fire back at an enemy if they are attacked? And here is our information at the end, which we're not going to read today, but I'm just going to show you. Have a good day.